Hello, welcome back to the channel. Championship Collector here. Today we're going to be looking at two different Marvel Legends figures. We're going to be looking at the Super Adaptoid 12-inch figure and Classic Hawkeye with his Sky Cycle. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the two of them. And if you could hit the like, the subscribe button, doesn't take a second for you guys, really helps me out, helps the channel out, helps the video out. So if you could, let's get to it. Classic Hawkeye. That's him straight out of the box. He looks pretty good. First impressions, joints are all nice. Nothing too tight, nothing too loose. The skirt piece of his costume is fabric, which I was not expecting. That's really nice. They should do that more often. I'll give you a 360 of them. Okay. Now, the head sculpt, these are not as big as they appear on the box. Okay, so it's very difficult to see the H on his forehead. But for a classic Hawkeye, he looks pretty good. This is textured here, this piece of his costume. You can see, kind of see it there. So he looks great. I'm going to see how his accessories stack in there. I'm going to have to switch out these hands straight away, though, because the bow holding hand is a fist. That's an open hand. He does come with an extra fist and an extra open hand. So I'm going to have to swap them out to have a look and check out these accessories. And then we'll have a look at the Sky Cycle. Here he is with all his gear on. I'll just give you another 360 of him. So that goes in his back with a pin. It holds in well. It can be adjusted however you like it. Comes with the bow. Obviously, it wouldn't be much of a Hawkeye without it. And this is kind of elasticy, so it can be pulled back. It comes with one extra arrow, just loose for show, which is nice. I'm going to take them off. We'll just have a look. Now, straight away, what's annoying me is these armbands. They're not stuck to anything, so they just move around. When you're trying to pose his hand, these arms, they're all over the place. Probably could have done without that, maybe just a painting of them. But, yeah, so he's got, let me check his ab crunch. I mean, that's pretty impressive. His back crunch. Yeah, he'll go back. You have to move this out of the way slightly. And his arm will stretch back enough to get an arrow for posing toy shots or just on your shelf. He's got the double legs, double elbows. He stands pretty well on his own. He doesn't need a stand or anything. And the hand holds the bow and the arrow without any trouble. You don't have to force it. So there he is. I'm just going to have a look at the Sky Cycle. I already have it together. You did have to assemble it. We'll talk about that now in a second. So let me move this guy out of the way right now. That's the Sky Cycle. So give you a 360 of it. So that's it on its stand. It's really nice. There's some nice coloring in here. Looks like the jets are on. Some real nice detailing. You do have to put some of it together. The base, this piece has to go on it. And the glass has to go on the front of it when you get it. The only problem with it is the stand is terrible. I see what they were going with. It's a ball joint in there. And it's meant to be adjustable. But it took a long time to get in there. This plastic piece is so flimsy, you have to be really careful. It starts to bend when you're putting it in. I had to leave that against the hole and just push it in with the flat edge of a knife to get it in properly. Now, once it's in, it's posable and it looks pretty darn cool. So yeah, I'm going to attach Hawkeye to it and maybe move this camera out a little bit so we can get a better look at it up here. The stand is trying to hide out a bit. There he is, sitting on the Hawk Cycle. Holds it well, looks good. Gonna turn the stand around. Very nice. Some real nice detailing on the cycle. I could have done, you can see the screws here and here, which I could have done without, but that's nitpicking really now. The stand, for all its flaws, as I said earlier about trying to just get the ball in and that bit being flimsy, holds it really well. Like holds the two of them really well. I don't know if it's going to loosen up over time, and you can adjust it. So you can kind of pose it in any way you want. Oh, not too high though, or he goes over. Oh, but I mean, it's a pretty good set. Definitely recommend it. I figure he looks great. All right, so let's take a look at the Super Adaptoid. Here we have the Super Adaptoid, and he is very big. I think I said in the introduction he was 12 inches. He's just under 12 inches. Now, straight out of the box, everything was locked into place, except for his ab crunch. So, that's his ab crunch there. He had to get a hot water boiling straight away. But now that he did, he is loosey-goosey and ready to rock. He basically has all the articulation of a regular Marvel Legends, only he's massive. Now this kind of springs back. It's much better now since I loosened it up. But he's a big boy. I can soon have to move him back again. But he stands well. I think he's going to pose really well. He looks great. Got all the different elements on him. He comes with a couple of different weapons. Massive Thor's hammer. And a massive Captain America shield. So I'm going to put these on him, see what he looks like. And then we can compare him to some other figures and to Hawkeye and the Sky Cycle. Give you an idea of how big he really is. Now, I heightened up the brightness well up on this part of the video because I just want you to be able to pick out some of the detailing on him. And because he's so far away, he's a very kind of how to describe it? Kind of a different shades of lime green. So it's kind of like the skin of a lime here, and that's like the inside of a lime. He holds the hammer really well. This wrist that he's holding the hammer in doesn't articulate like a normal wrist. It kind of rocks like, see that? Up and down, but it doesn't go in and out. Okay, now because he only comes with one open hand and the other hand's a closed hand, this hand doesn't really hold the shield correctly, as you can see there. So it's a bit of creative That's as far as it'll go on. Okay, so you kind of need a bit of creative license with that. Now, you'll probably go on the other hand much better, but probably still not great due to the fins on the gloves. But you can work it, you know, for the purpose of a video, see, or a photograph. You can work it. It'll work. When you pose him, though, I mean, you're never going to get a stand for this guy. So when you pose him, you're going to have to do something because he doesn't really stand in much good poses on his own. I mean, that's not bad. So I'm going to put him back here. He has to stand against the wall for us all to see him. I'm going to grab some other figures and Hawkeye on the Sky Cycle just to give you a look at the size difference. That's him and Hawkeye on the Sky Cycle side by side. Let me just push this against the back wall. That's the height difference there. So I mean, it's pretty major. This is him next to the 80th anniversary Grey Hulk. Better put him against the back wall to give you an accurate look. I mean, that's a huge difference. Here he is beside the Diamond Select Immortal Hulk figure. He's even much bigger than him. So, yeah. Quite the big figure. Not sure where I'm going to put him. So there you go. There's the two of them side by side. Oh, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you feel like you're going to pick up either of these two figures. I mean, they're both great. Neither perfect, but both great. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you're into action figures, I do 1 minute or less action figure reviews on the shorts right here on YouTube. Check it out. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.